So I know I already talked to you guys about what I'm doing, but for everyone else, doing 2 pick-a-cards. And I decided to call them What's in Store for You pick-a-cards, because I figured, like, I was trying to figure out how to word this, and I was like, well, hey, there's stuff happening, so why not make it a What's in Store thing? So I'm going to do a love one first, and then after we do the love, I'm going to do career or destiny, whichever wants to come out more. One thing I'm going to use in both of these pick-a-cards is actually 2 things I'm going to use in both. I'm going to use the angel answers, and then at the very end I'm going to pull the astro dice too and see what comes up for each of the piles that are going to be picked from. There's going to be 4 choices like usual. But we're going to do the love one first, and then I'll show the decks I'm going to use for the career and destiny ones before I start the reading. And each time it's going to be different crystals. So for the love reading, I'm going to be using the Faerie here, so you guys can see her. Gonna be using the rose quartz Faerie as a choice here. Put her right there. And I'm gonna be using this Selenite Heart for the second one. Try to make it lean up a little bit so you guys can see the coloring on there. And I'm gonna be using blue Calcite Heart for the third choice. Sit up. There we go. And for the final choice, it's going to be this Dendritic tree agate heart back here. So these are going to be the choices: the rose quartz Faerie, the selenite heart, the blue calcite heart, and the dendritic agate, or it's also known as tree agate, heart over here. So whatever one of those 4 you're drawn to, like I said, it's going to switch crystals when we go to the career and destiny pick a card reading. But for the love one, we're going to be using the Oracle of the Mermaids to get the first overall energy. Then we're going to be using some erotic fantasy tarot to see if anything spicy comes out, because this is some love energy, whichever way it wants to come out. And I wanted to use the past life oracle. This could be if you are connected to past life type energy, like you're into those kind of energies. It's going to be pretty much giving a connection to what you have with what's happening with love in this lifetime, with the connection to it. But it could also be things from childhood that happened, where it's making the connections with what happened in childhood in order for you to get closer to this love energy that is for you. And then I'm going to do, like I said, these angel answers. They can give timelines, they can give straight advice to where they're just telling you to do something very specific. They can literally tell you yes or no. So there's gonna be some really straightforward answers. And then I'm gonna do the astro dice for some kind of like final messages or energies for each one too. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with these. And I'll do a close-up of the crystals before I go into the readings. Now, like I was saying, first option we have over here is this really cute little rose quartz fairy. Just kind of trying to find the best way to show, there we go, best way to show her. I was holding awkward with the other hand. But here she is right here. Just a cute little fairy. Oh, hi, Vay. I hope you're having a good time. And then we have, for the second choice, this Selenite Heart over here. Nice and flashy. Then we have this blue calcite. See if I can get it to focus on it. This is a very sparkly piece. If the camera would actually focus, it's not working with me. But it's a sparkly a little bit blue calcite piece. And then for our last one, we have this dendritic, or what you would call tree agate. Like, this actually has like a little druzy pocket in the bottom of it right here. It's called tree agate because it has these branch-like designs in it. So that's the final choice. Okay, so I'm gonna scoot these ones over here and get started with our fairy group. So, for those of you that picked the little fairy, the rose quartz, let's see what's going on with your love. What's in store for love for my little rose quartz people? So have two things coming out right off the bat. For some of you, there could be some energy coming around with this Pisces moon. If I'm remembering right, it's actually at the end of this week, I think. I need to look at it. I'm pretty sure it is. I think that's what I'm doing my astrology on Wednesday. But this group right here, hi hun. Doing two pick-a-cards today, both a love one and a career destiny one. On the very first pile of the love one, and this is the rose quartz. So, and then we have selenite, blue calcite, and dendritic agate for the other choices. But for my rose quartz over here, since the moon is literally being mentioned here, it could for some of you during this new moon be bringing in this energy, or you could even meet somebody. This also could be, since this is full moon, you could be saying I mean, this is a love reading. There could be a relationship that is actually coming to a close here. And it's causing you to do a lot of like internal work, especially when it comes to emotions. This thing is you realizing that what you are thinking, what you are feeling is what you're becoming. So that could be why some people are ending things, because they're realizing the effect it's having on them. For others, it's coming more into connection with that love with self, and it's actually pulling, because it's like the tides rise and fall. It's like you're starting to pull this love energy to you just naturally, and it's going to show up very unexpectedly. For some of you, you've been manifesting it on certain moons, and that's why it's starting to come through now. We got yearning here, longing for someone, undesired separation, and pining. So this right here, some of you, this reconnection energy is coming in here. Like I said, some very unexpected things are coming around. If you did separate from somebody, it could have been 4 if you were pressured. And you've been doing a lot of thinking and really trying to figure out exactly why. If you separated for the wrong reasons, it could be you deciding that you want to give something a second chance because you realize outside influences were a huge factor. But this could also be someone else coming back that really wants a relationship with you. And you have to look at this from a point of view of what is healthy for you. Make sure you've been developing boundaries. And then we have freedom here, independence and self-determination. For some of you, it literally is someone pining after you because you've been doing a huge glow up. And it's like I said, you need to decide from what you've been learning if you want this back in your life. Like, is it going to be something that adds to your life or takes away? Also, for some of you, there's this need for you that are in relationships to have independent hobbies. Because this could be a lot of, with this moon energy, kind of Cancer-like energy, where you just kind of flow naturally into the other person. But you need to have freedom. You need to be doing things, having friends you're talking to, having other outlets, creative things you're interested in, that you're just not completely absorbed in a person. Because that's a boundary, that's a self-love thing as well. When you have your own independence, and plus it adds to the relationship itself. Also for some of you that are gaining new independence in relationships, this could easily be like, I'm just looking at all this root and sacral chakra coloring over here. It could be like a lot of sexual tension, or it could be the release of sexual tension, purely because of a lot of attraction over here with this energy. So bottom of the deck, we have telepathy, nonverbal communication, energetic pulses, and mind reading. So like I was saying, some people you guys are just feeling a complete pull over here. Like, some of you in relationships are literally just yearning for this literal like touch feeling, a big sexual attraction that probably hasn't been there in a while. It could have been in your partner and it hasn't been clicking, but now you're starting to kind of sync up with their stuff and you're wanting it more, and definitely that's becoming very attractive to your partner. Also for some of you, it's like, you know, this person, if you're not together, is thinking about you a lot, and possibly in your dream states, because thinking about the subconscious with the moon, you're actually seeing them a lot. And it's making you think about them a lot, even if it's something you're over. But if you're not over, obviously it's going to be something that really starts kicking up. Having all this energy here, especially becoming like part of the water, I feel like a lot of this Pisces energy is what's bringing this up for you guys. So you might have Pisces placements or things that are really strongly aspecting the transits that are happening right now that are making this energy really be a forefront right now. So let's see what the tarot has over here for you guys. This one can be a little spicy, so maybe it's going to have some messages in here about this lovely energy that is literally pulsing over here. You guys got the word energetic pulsing. That's something to the imagination. Okay, 3 of Cups. You guys, as you can see, they're enjoying themselves to the fullest over here. Having a grand time. With this syncing up with the moon, there could be something coming up that's literally, like, how can I put this? It's like something coming up, like a celebration, something you're invited to, something social, that, like, there could be drinking involved, but there is something going on where it's like letting the wild spirit free, less inhibitions. Definitely, if this Pisces new moon could really break down the barriers in that sense. But there's a lot of celebration, there's a lot of abundance, and it's like this is a lot of really fun energy. Then we have 3. There's some 3. You guys are seeing some repeating 3s for sure. You got the 3 of Pentacles here. What's interesting, this is, okay. So in this 3 of Pentacles, there's actually 2 pregnant women, and then this guy up here trying to get honey from a beehive. For some of you, definitely you're thinking of what you're creating, literally, with this pregnancy thing. Between this attraction, some of you may really be thinking about wanting children. I don't know why this is coming out with 3 of Pentacles energy, but this is wanting to come out. Also, I know in I don't know why this is, it's like 3s in numerology are creativity. It's also with the planet Jupiter, with that energy, and that's a lot of spiritual energy, a lot of confidence, abundance, luck. Some of you really, like, through community and through just getting to know people, through mutual people, you're going to be meeting, for those that are single, you're going to be meeting people through others. Especially if you have been seeing repeating 3s, it's almost like you're going to be finding the people that bring you the happiness and abundance. You're having fun, and this is where you're going to find your love connection. For others of you, you're really either got babies on the brain, or it's like you got the other thing on the brain and you're trying to not have a little blessing happen right now. It's more of like you're working on other things, like securing your stability before that. Could, for some reason, I'm feeling like for some of you it could be a job change, or possibly you taking time off of work. And then we have these 2 cards come up. This is with this yearning energy. And once again, it's a yearning thing. It's like not wanting this because this happens. For some of you, there's a lot of pain. Like there was a breakup that you guys didn't want, that you really thought was going somewhere. For someone else, this is how they feel because you actually walked, even though they still felt like they had more to give. It was almost like you were done with what you were seeing in your surroundings, and you ended up moving on from that energy. It was kind of like a power move, because it's like walking away and realizing that, hey, you've seen enough to know with how this was that you don't want the rest of what's being offered. That was a big independence step for some of you. And this is showing right here kind of the energy you're walking away from. Because if you're looking at this Seven of Pentacles being reversed here, this would be new energy, sowing really fruitful seeds and things like that. This could even be, even though a pregnancy was there, that you still decided to walk away. Or it could be someone walked away from you during a pregnancy. For some reason, pregnancy is coming up a lot with you guys. But something like with children with that. And it could be why there's this undesired separation is because there's literally children involved. But for some of you, you literally reclaimed your independence and are trying to sync up with your people here because you're kind of out of feeling like you want to be out of the market for a little bit. Okay, so... And then we have the Ace of Swords reversed. With this freedom here. Some of you got very tired of this stale, stagnant energy, especially when Mars went into Gemini. And you were just like, you know, I'm good walking out and doing my thing. You might have burnt some bridges while you said it with the things that you said. But also this could be you deciding to put up boundaries with people that are burning bridges with you instead of letting them step all over you. It's like you're tired of a certain energy, you're tired of the same old conversations, and you want a breath of fresh air. It's like you're really tired of sitting in this. And if you've already started moving on from this and you're getting backlash, like people saying certain things that aren't in the best taste, this is saying kind of learn when to use your tongue, when to use your voice in speaking with these kind of things. Probably people that have a little too much to say about your relationship life. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles, and this is reversed. This is a card that just makes you feel really stuck. For those of you that are feeling really stuck in a situation, like I was saying, for some reason pregnancy came up a lot here. If you're feeling stuck in a situation and you do want to move forward, like I was saying, there's some stagnant energy here. Possibly you're in the process of moving forward from it. But there's this energy also that if you're trying to create something right now, whether this is a connection, whatever it is, it's going to be slow. And in a way, it might feel painfully slow. Like even if something gets started and like a little either spark flies or something happens, there's going to be a lot of work that needs to be put into this. Because with that being an overall energy for this group, this is going to be a slow momentum building energy. And if you rush too fast, you could end up doing some things you regret. So, I mean, if you're already feeling that way, I mean, I see reconciliation and things here. So if you felt you already did something like that, it might take time. Or if someone else did, like I said, there's some feelings here back and forth of not fully wanting to move on from things. But you got to see where that fits for you. Also, if you're having trouble pulling in this love that you're looking for, that you feel is like right there, it could just be because you're hanging on to something you don't even realize is there. And once you take that back, it's just going to flow in very easily. Oh, thanks, Ruby. So let's see what comes out with your past life energy. Like I said, this could be, for some of you, this could probably help with some of that early childhood energy if you're feeling really stuck and you don't know what it is. Just something I'm saying for this past life energy. For others, this could be showing you the connection you've had with this person. Especially if it's a back and forth thing, it could probably show or shed some light on certain things that really just don't make sense. Okay, well, first thing we have coming out here is phobias. Like I was saying, for some of you, really, pregnancy would not be the ideal thing, but I think this is more stemming from your own, or possibly the other person's, feelings towards it. This is like fear of this kind of thing. Also, for some of you, you might just have really high anxiety and you're invited to social gatherings and you just really skip out on them because of this, and it's trying to tell you like this would be a block here. Since this is trying to bring in that energy for you and introduce you to it, if you really hang on to that, then you definitely aren't going to be meeting the person until you decide to let yourself go and do these things. This also could be a huge phobia with trusting people and yourself, because there's a lot of reflection energy here. Probably feeling like all you've made is bad decisions. So like putting yourself out there, you're just thinking you're going to be creating that situation over again. Now you're attracting what you're thinking very rapidly right now. So if that's what you're thinking, then yes, you're attracting that. Try to be a little kinder to yourself. We have spouse here, and this energy coming up between this yearning and like this walking away. For some of you, there could have this separation, like I said, there could be children involved. It could have even been as big as divorce. And possibly like there's a lot going on here with the stability of this thing, but also this could be an energy of the person that is coming in right now, that possibly you've walked away from something and you're walking towards a relationship. The next person you encounter is going to be someone that has that energy that you're just going to feel comfortable enough to be like, especially if you're walking away from something where you're like, I am never getting that committed again. This person will open that up for you. Or past life energy would be you guys have been married before and you already have that kind of connection. But it's going to make you think a lot about these things. And we have Native American coming out here. This could literally be speaking to some of your heritage you have. This could also be a call for independence here, being more in your natural state, as opposed to having the feeling of wanting to express yourself but burying it. It's almost being put through a lot of pain. Surviving, like survival mode. This also is trying to bring like a grounding energy. This also can be for some of you just literally you have this natural longing for this culture, and it could be where this love comes in, is when you finally start exploring the culture, like you meet someone through doing that. And authority figures coming out with this independence. For some of you, you broke out and started having this independence because you're tired of being told what to do. Like I said, there could have been some not so nice words being spoken. But also, authority figures could be people seeing you in a light of respect. So you actually coming out and declaring boundaries with certain things could have gained you a lot of respect with people, even if people are talking crap. There's going to be some people that really have a lot of respect for you, and this could actually be an admirer. But it could also be your spouse that just has like a lot of respect for how you're standing up with certain situations. They might not be saying it They might be holding their tongue because they don't know how you'll feel about it, because you're acting a lot different with how you're handling things. If you're feeling like there's a communication block, definitely just open up and talk to them, because it could be they don't know how to approach you, not necessarily that they're not interested or don't want to talk to you. And oh my god, guys, I've been saying this whole freaking thing talking about pregnancy, and literally there is baby. So okay, let's just pull up some confirmation here about the baby thing. But I'm also feeling for some of you just how this is depicted. I feel like it could be a strong, like I said, there's like a strong pull to either another culture or possibly another religion, and it's like that connection is where you find this person. But also this could be like obviously couples bringing in new life, if that's what you guys are. Like I said, some of you just have that on the brain. This is confirmation right here, coming up with this energy that, yeah, you're going to be getting that. For some of you, this is just letting you know that your guides are around if you're a single parent, and they are helping you attract this in there. They're helping you attract this energy to you, because they've seen the strength that it took you to walk away from certain situations. So they're trying to bring that to you. So let's get some straightforward angel answers. Some of you might be thinking of time limits or time frames. I shouldn't say time limits. Time frames, or just going, is it this? Literally, what comes out of here, if it's just resonates automatically, then hey, that's your answer. Like, don't second guess it. Just go with the flow on these ones. I'm talking about this, and perfect timing comes out. Like I was saying, for some of you, with this is coming out with this celebration, with the new moon. Pretty much, if you were really connecting to this energy, I was saying over here with the phobia energy, if you're really connecting with this, this is kind of like a confirmation. Yeah, it's not your imagination. It's time for you, if this was really like hitting a spot for you. It's like perfect timing. It's not even like, you know, wait a little bit or anything like that. Like, you're right where you're supposed to be for that, and just trust it. For those of you where pregnancy was hitting a lot, and it seems to be creating this issue here, like where a lot of reflection, marriage, just where all these things were really heavy with children, you're being told to ask for help from other people. This can be both your guides, but this can also be some of you literally opening and communicating and asking for help from your spouse. This could also be like asking for help dealing with anxieties with certain situations or fears. Expressing fears instead of keeping them to yourself. But also it could be if you're having a really hard time with certain things you are learning about yourself through other people. This could even be counseling, or just, you know, having a good friend to talk to about things and being able to work through these problems. Some of you, it could be actual marriage counseling. And we have romance coming out over here. So for those that walked away from a situation, or you're really feeling that back and forth longing thing, there is romance between both of you. So this is kind of telling you this isn't one way. This is, for those needing that confirmation, this isn't only you feeling this heavy. For those of you that are like having that feeling of like you walked away from something, you aren't really looking for something, it's still on the horizon for you, just because you're clearing out clutter right now. And you might not be being completely honest with yourself about not wanting a relationship. Make sure you're being honest with yourself instead of saying like, I'm never gonna find love and things like that. It could be like you needing to heal that aspect and get a little more to the root of the issue, and that's gonna actually bring you the healing you need for a relationship to come in that you want. And then for some of you, the straight up answer is no, like I was saying. There can be some pretty straightforward answers. Those of you that were really connecting with this energy of independence over here, and some of the things, like if you were having questions over here, or even if it was kind of spilling over into this yearning energy and you weren't sure if you should keep the distance, you weren't sure if what you said was the right thing, like if you were questioning things over here, you're just getting a straight up no answer. So if these things were resonating especially heavy for you over here, and you were having these questions and doubting or whatever it was, you're getting a straight up no. You're either being told not to think that way if you're really doubting something, or you're being told not to go back to a certain situation. It depends on how you were thinking about this specifically. I love how this is angel answers, and you guys are literally being told ask your angels as this overall energy. Like I said, for some of you, this ask for help is literally asking your guides for help. If you don't really know where you fall, if this no is still like, what the hell are you talking about? They're literally saying talk to them. Like, you guys are open to that side right now. Especially with this Native American energy. It's being very in touch with your spirit. So, let's see what the Astro Dice got for this group over here. I'm just gonna, and this is all of the elements, the signs, the planets. I'm just gonna drop maybe 5 down here and see what energies come out for you guys. So we got 4 and 5. I need one more. Oh, and a little bit of water. Oh, the moon, not the moon, the sun's in Pisces right now, and you guys got a water sun. So let's talk about this water sun energy first. Like I was saying, for some of you, these Pisces placements are really hitting things right now. And if you look at the certain houses, for some of you, it could be between your 4th and 5th houses that you're having a lot of either Pisces energy, or you're having a lot of interaction with the Pisces energy. It could be squares, it could be trines, sextiles, things like that, especially having this fire and earth energy here. It could easily be that you're having sextiles that are opening up these opportunities for you, or it could be that you're having squares that's making it a little more challenging. Especially the challenge could be this inner child work, or this reflection that you're doing. Like I said, if you're feeling blocks, it's almost like you're being told to kind of step out of that zone and start, especially with sun energy. That's also 5th house energy. So for some of you, it's literally working on your creativity, solar plexus, really allowing yourself to do that inner child healing, and using this Pisces energy to bring a little more of a compassion to it instead of being so hard on yourself, even though it'll be a challenge. But for these channeled type energies, the ones that are a little more easier, this could be dealing with family, dealing with ancestry. Like I said, there is definitely something over here where ancestors could be coming in and trying to set up a union as well, because sometimes they can have their hand in things, especially if they're trying to help you towards an actual soulmate or something that was past life related. This could also be your own connection to yourself, really helping you gain roots in yourself and be comfortable there. So that was those. So let's bring out these other ones. Okay, so we got 1st house and Sagittarius also mixing into this energy. I do gotta say, if you have some 1st house air energy, I know someone who does, named Owen. He has a lot of 1st house air energy. So this literally could be calling out people that feel like they have pretty strong either air energy or just 1st house energy. You guys could be straight up walking into this romance kind of energy. Especially if it's something that's been eluding you. With this Sagittarius energy, it could have been something you've been looking for, searching for. been really going through some expansion, some spiritual kind of enlightenment type energy being brought in, because this air and fire would be sextiling each other. It'd be a very good opportunity to be diving into these things. I know I brought up Jupiter earlier, and this could be those of you that are actually having some Jupiter things, because Jupiter does rule Sagittarius. So this could have been you guys that are seeing repeating threes, and you're going to these social events and you're getting in like company. These could also be the people that it'd be very easy for you to get pregnant right now. But this energy is creating a lot of opportunity. And it could be because, like I said, some of you are really glowing up and people are noticing it, because first house is also the house of the body and what others are seeing. And just that energy is very attractive. It's very expansive too, with Jupiter energy being here. It's almost like taking up a room and not even realizing you're doing it, because it's literally like an aura type thing. It could be casting a little bit, because if we're having this Pisces energy, it could be casting kind of like a dreamlike presence to you, which is kind of why you don't understand what people are seeing, and it's just kind of weird. This could also, when we have these kind of energies with earth and water and air, this could also mean kind of like yod energy for some of you. So this definitely is karma. This is something that's destined. If you want to look for transits you have in your chart, if you're having a yod right now, you might want to see what planets it's hitting, because it definitely could be activating some things that are karma coming up. So you're connecting with a spouse or like a soulmate and things, especially if you've been alone for a while. But it could also be really trying to highlight for you, this is where you need to fix shit in your relationship, and how to do it. It's like giving you a roadmap. But that was my rose quartz fairy pile. For rose quartz also itself, it is a very loving energy. It's very compassionate. It's very linked to the heart chakra, having compassion for yourself, and also having like an unconditional loving energy that you're learning to work with. It's learning boundaries that come out of love too, because being able to protect your own heart and, you know, kind of self-soothe, this could be something that brings a lot of calm to a broken heart. Also great for attracting in love energy if you're actually looking for a loving partner. So it's just like a very calm, healing love energy that comes from rose quartz. So let me put little one back up in here without her falling over. There we go. Okay, so my next group, which is my Selenite Heart group, we're going to see what you got going on with some love. Okay, there are some secrets going on. This literally says there's too much hidden from you. The unseen. This is like a very, this is either secrets in a relationship, or this is literally things you're hiding from yourself. Like you're really in the dark in this energy. Then you have telepathy, nonverbal communication, energetic pulses, and mind reading. This is directly saying if you feel like there's something hidden from you, pay attention to the nonverbal cues like body language, the energy you're actually feeling. you guys are actually very in tune, and you know there is something going on. Like, you've had a feeling. Start paying attention to when you get these, or if something has just been very strong for you and you've been waiting for someone to tell you the truth. This is kind of saying you need to trust yourself. Endurance. Keep going. Like I said, you guys, dealing with this energy over here is very difficult. You're having to trust yourself a lot right now. This is not going to be easy for a lot of you. Some of you are straight up like, screw it, I'm going somewhere else. With this homeland energy, it could be you going back to somewhere that you felt a lot more comfortable. This could be you literally standing up for yourself, because with the saying arrival, a journey ends, establishment, building, settle, this is like, this could also be saying don't settle with this keep going endurance energy if you know something's up. Hi Anna. So, but also this arrival could be you being here for yourself instead of, it's like showing up for yourself is how I could put it. Instead of repeating things, it's like bringing things to an end, establishing boundaries. Like I said, some of you are very tuned in. You know what is there, you know there's something hidden from you. And it's almost like this energy where, you know what, I'm going to reach for this even if it's a little painful or really painful for some of you that are feeling like really left out with this energy, and it's coming from like this place of depth that you haven't really been accessing. This is pretty much your guides coming through and letting you know, trust yourself, keep doing what you're doing. There is an end in sight over here, and it's going to be a beautiful, this gold, I was going to say this earlier, but this is confirmation. I kept seeing with this unsure energy over here, if you are feeling really unsure, or you feel like there's something hidden, or you're having trouble trusting what you're being told over and over again, when you see the number 4, even if it's only one of them, it's trying to really send home for you, trust it. It can be 4, it can be 4-4, it can be 4-4-4, it can be as many 4s as you want. You can even see them in your dreams. This is trying to let you know right here, like, trust it. This is a trust number for you. It's like a trust fall, because this thing where the journey's ending, where you're getting closer with this golden energy, has a 44 also. It's like the beginning going towards it. It's like, keep going towards this. You're in the right direction when you're seeing this. And bottom of the deck, okay. For some of you, the reason you're having to keep going is because it's hard and you're going to be doing some things completely alone. This potential and creative energy and initiation energy, this is like very potent for you guys. You're not realizing, for some of you, this unseen is not realizing your potential or realizing that you're settling and you needing to like literally push through this pain that you're feeling and go with the, I know I need to move on. This is, like I said, this is being here for yourself. And for some of you, it's you going and getting out of this energy, and you're going to the abundance, like I was seeing earlier, is going to be a child, or possibly you're going to be having a child. And there's some things that aren't really being forthcoming here that you need to figure out. Okay. 8 of Wands in reverse here with this unseen energy. Some of you are going to be getting some unsavory news. because this unseen isn't going to remain unseen. Like I said, you guys are going to pick up on some nonverbal communication. If you're really tuned into energy, you're just going to be picking up on the energy. And it's bad vibes is pretty much going on over here. But it's also delays in actual communication. So you guys could really like be feeling a thing and waiting for someone to answer you. Like, you know, give me an answer, give me an apology. You're trying to get something out of somebody. Even if it's unsavory, it's like you want a freaking answer. And you feel like you're pulling teeth trying to get it. Some of you just need to take the nonverbal cues and go with it. And realize you're not going to get what you want probably until later. Probably until you've actually moved on and you're done with it, you'll get an answer. But you're going to stay stuck in this energy if you keep focusing too much on needing the communication. And you guys got the Four of Cups with this telepathy energy. I'm telling you, some of you guys are very in tune over here. I mean, she's not even looking at any of the cups. It's almost, this is making me feel like you guys know that what you're gonna get back is bullshit. So it's like you're tuned in and you're realizing, like I said, some of you are literally just waiting for the response. Because she's staring at this response over here. She's like, I don't care about any of this other stuff right now. I just want my information the way I want it, and some of you are just being stubborn with it when you already know, and it's blocking you off quite a bit. Especially with this keep going, it's almost like saying, like, let's do some moving here because you got some other stuff on the way. Yeah, King of Swords. You know, your discernment is where it needs to be. Trust yourself. Realize that, I mean, sometimes you gotta be cold to get a point across. You gotta just keep moving over here. Like I said, for some of you, this unsavory news, and it's like by the time you get it, you're gonna be in this state of I don't even really care, because you go from apathy to this, like, you know, like boundary up big time, like I don't even care what's going on. This is that keep going energy, that endurance. It's like you build up these walls by doing that. Oh, that one wants to come out too. Okay, so we get the wheel, and they're doing a little bit of something up here. If you guys can see that. So this has another card that hasn't flipped over that wanted to come out with it. So I'm going to talk about this first, though. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Like I was saying, I was feeling abundance over here, and we're going to get it clarified or confirmed, however you want to look at it. Yeah, there is definitely some abundance coming in. So sticking in this thing instead of, like, you know, moving towards this. Some of you, if you're already moving towards this is coming up. I just cannot stop staring at these people. But you got all of it going on here. You got this butterfly, this flame, a beautiful crystal, the seashell, like, once again, going back to this homeland energy. There's just such a flow here, and like a perfect synced up connection on top of that. And then having the star reversed here with this homeland thing. First thing I was hearing is you don't need to travel. So for some of you that feel like, well, I can't go anywhere to find this thing, this homeland could be hometown. You feel like you're not going to find anything and you're just over it. But some of you don't really need to go far. Like, some of you really don't need to be pushing yourself far out into, like, everywhere to find this energy. It could be why you're missing it. Like, you're looking completely away from it at something else. You're looking back at past things that were, like, less than savory. It's like you're putting a damper on what could be coming in right now, which is this. Like, I'm telling you, this is some hot energy wanting to come in here. But you need to look at how you're looking at expectations over here. Because it's almost like, even though you're very in tune and you know these things are going on, you're still having trouble trusting it a little bit. So once you can get fully into that trust, it'll flow easier. And you guys got 7 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. This is realizing, like, because that's a lot of control energy, especially with this Wands. Like I said, some of you are really stuck on this, needing this thing over here. There is no need to keep fighting something when you already know the answer. Especially if it's keeping you hung up on things. Like this, I didn't know why I spaced it this way, but it makes sense with just how close this is over here. It's like no attachment to anything else going on. I mean, she has shells down here too, like in this, telling you, there's a lot of recurrent things coming here. It's like it's trying to tell you, like, do you want like the really big seashell, or you want these little piddly things down here that you're not even paying attention to because you're so lost in like this need to get what you feel is rightfully yours, or like, you know, give me my ego boost over here, make me feel like the king on top of the mountain, when in reality you just need to like get your mind straight over here and move forward and you're good to go. So let's see some past life energy over here for you guys. Or early, anything could really come up with this energy. Okay, we got mother coming out here. Some of you, it's your relationship with your mother that is really impeding your relationships. Could be the input that she has in your relationships irks the living shit out of you, and you're just really over it, and you've done a lot of rebelling just because you know of how she'll react to it. You need to quit doing that with this over here, rebelling against things, especially if like that home family energy, because you're actually missing an opportunity over here. It's like blocking that Wheel of Fortune from really like going to the next level because you're so focused on proving things wrong over here. This also could be for some of you, like I was saying, that single parent kind of energy where you're a mom and you're learning how to walk out of this, or having that fear of being a single mom. Like I was saying, having the fear of being the single mom, and we have baby coming out here. It's probably why a lot of you are really stuck on this communication, even if it's not that great, is because there is a child involved, and you're just kind of like, what the fuck? Is pretty much what it is. Maybe you're waiting on like some communication, depending, it doesn't matter, male or female, whichever is the single parent, you're waiting on some communication from the other person, and it's like you're not letting it go because it's about the kid. And it's like, you already know, you're like the mind reading things over here, like, I just want you to freaking talk because we have a kid. Like, if that's what you're feeling with this energy, some of you have to take what you got and realize things can change with time, but right now, if you're in this state, you're just blocking yourself off. Then we get war and battles. Okay, definitely going to bring out some war and battles over here with, like I was saying, this energy, and then having, this could also be some law things going on here with this King of Swords, having some war and battles here. Some of you are not going through the best time right now with this group. You guys could be going through divorce and things with children. Because having this connected, it's like needing to be on top of your game, needing to, I mean, this authority energy, this is like needing to keep going, having the endurance to win this war, this battle, however long it's been going on. For some of you, I don't know why I'm getting this, it could be paternity testing that's happening. The truth coming out here, the unseen, the secrets, like, okay, that could be some part of it. This is starting to get specific for some people. Asia. Okay, So if we're going to look at some past life energy, for some of you, you got some karma coming from Asia. Or you could have a bloodline that has that kind of energy, and you're going to get some guidance from discovering this. Possibly people in your family that were part of wars in this country, or maybe they're even off in this country. The person you're supposed to be connected to, or that could be why you're so upset constantly looking out the window, is the person that is your spouse actually is out in this country, like deployed, things like that, and having that constant worry. But you have this connection, like you don't know what's going on, but you have this connection, and you're just waiting, like this homeland, something returning home, like an end of a cycle. But that could be why there's this sadness over here with the star. It's like the homecoming is always great, but the sadness like overshadowing the present because of looking at the future. Like this is something you guys need to work on so you're more present when you actually have them around. Trust and faith coming out with the star over here, like I was just saying. For some of you, if you're really worried about what I was just talking about, this is just like a confirmation that have trust and faith that it's going to be okay. For others, this is also, I mean, this is pretty much for this whole group getting this trust and faith with how everything's going. For those that are trying to go through these different types of battles, those that are waiting on things and like having trouble moving forward, it's pretty much just have trust in everything that it's going to work out. You're tuned in. These things are going to work themselves out. And like I was saying, leaving or travel is this bottom of the deck energy. Now, leaving itself really stands out for this deck because it seems like an overall energy for most of this pile has been literally leaving something or needing to leave something and having trouble doing it because you're waiting on a response to clear something that you know already. And like I was saying, for the others where possibly like you're going back, like you're traveling back somewhere that possibly you didn't think you'd be going back to because you thought you moved on from this place. You're feeling like there's nothing there for you, but something's telling you to go there. You're being told to trust it and not look at it. Like, I mean, it's a blessing in disguise. For some of you, it's literally traveling to some part of Asia. Like, because having this King of Swords and this Wheel of Fortune connecting this, and then having travel coming out as an overall, that could easily be like a homeland return kind of thing, like a very long distance travel. It might not be Asia. You could actually just be having long distance travel, and that's what this is symbolizing. This could also be a spiritual type traveling as well. Learning from different cultures, learning new things that help you broaden your mind and your understanding. So let's see what these angel answers want to throw out for you guys. Okay, they just really want to throw this. So with all of this mother and baby energy, not knowing what the heck is going on and feeling like you're waiting on something, there's big happy changes that are on the way here. Like I said, for some of you that are really stuck and feeling really blocked, just being able to move from this energy, come on guys, come on, like being able to move from this energy is going to do you a big service, and it's going to bring in some really good changes. You're pretty much, like I said, it's a block that you have on yourself right now. For some of you, some of the slow news could be that you want a pregnancy and you've wanted it for a long time, and you felt very alone in this battle trying to get it, and you're just getting confirmation you're going to be a mama So it might be slow to get this, and you might go through some heartbreak along the way. But there is definitely something on the horizon there. Recovery, coming out with this energy of knowing things. For those of you that may have lost, oh, that would be sad, like, since this is with baby. For those of you that have lost children, there's definitely some healing coming in with that. Even if you may feel like, you know, nothing is going to heal that aspect. But also, this could be recovering from losses that deal with, like, going through marriage things or breakups and things like that, like recovering property or things that were being withheld when it comes to these type of things. This could also be, like I said, recovery can be getting something back. It could be someone coming back that you just had to hold faith in here. And it's up to you coming out with this endurance energy, which it is up to you. Like, you're the one that's going to keep going here. You're the one that's picking your battles here, learning what you need to, deciding where you want to go. Like, having, like, what this is also saying, look at what is in your control and have more focus on that, because that is, it's like your reactions are really important in this, like how you react to each circumstance that you're in. So it's really letting you know with this that you're kind of deciding and sealing certain things with how you're approaching these situations, because you have what you need already in order to get out of it what you want, whether that is travel or winning a lawsuit or getting this knowledge you need. And you get meditation brings answers over here with a lot of this trust energy. Some of you are really just having trouble realizing this is going to come together. Being given this faith thing, things coming around, this meditation. Some of you are just really feeling this energy of needing to hold the faith over here. It's actually a big part of this working out. And listen to your intuition. Like I said, you guys are in tune. You're basically mind reading the energy. So go with it. Like, trust it. Like, you're not in this place where you should be ignoring it. So let's go ahead and get out 5 Astro Dice for you guys. And see what okay, you guys just got lots of air energy. I think, pretty sure Mercury's in Pisces, isn't it? I can't remember. Is it still moving out of Aquarius? I'm pretty sure it went into Pisces. This could be talking about the transition, actually, of how it moved from air energy into Pisces, how things changed rapidly, because we have both Mercury in air energy, which would have been Aquarius, and we also have the actual energy of Pisces. We have third house also, which is ruled by Gemini. So there's a lot of air energy going on here. This is also talking about these squares that are happening with Gemini energy right now between all this Pisces energy. This Mars shift, like literally this shift happening right now for you guys is what brought a lot of this on. Ever since things started transitioning in the Pisces season, Mars moved into Aries, like you've just been having the load of things happening. Like I said, especially having that King of Swords and dealing, this isn't Mercury, this is Venus. So, like I said, this Gemini, Venus, I know for sure Venus is in Pisces. But like I was saying, this still holds true with all these Pisces placements. But this is really showing communication in relationships being very important here. This also, with this Pisces energy, there is a big call for compassion in certain things. Or, I mean, some of you, this big happy thing is literally a miracle because of this Pisces energy bringing in this unconditional love relationship, which would be a child. I mean, you got Uranus down here, some unexpected things definitely popping up. But this third house, this communication, this is learning how to talk better to yourself, definitely. This is your own internal dialogue, and it's trying to have more of a compassionate, loving energy with yourself. This also could be revisiting things that you might have felt like you could be pulled to your relationship with certain things that could have been vices, addictions with this Pisces energy. It's like having almost like this pull taking you there. Stay tuned into your own voice with this. Especially since we have this Uranus down here and Uranus Taurus. Even though it's a very unpredictable energy, it is still Taurus, it is still grounding earth energy. For some of you, you need to see where Uranus is in your chart right now in Taurus, like where you have Taurus placements. Because you could be having a lot of this being activated right now. Whether Taurus is forming a good opportunity type energy, because air energy with fire energy would be more like sextile energy, so you'd be getting opportunities. But with it being Pisces energy, that would be more of a square energy, because Uranus in Taurus, well actually that's sextile too, because Pisces is currently would be sextiling the Taurus Uranus. But what I was trying to say is, with it being air energy to the Taurus energy, that would actually be squares, possibly even in conjuncts, and even yods with some of this energy. So definitely, even though it's not out here, I feel like this could be heavy 8th house energy, which is where all this divorce energy is coming from. It could be why this 8 was so prominent over here, was it was trying to give emphasis to this 8th house energy. Having Sagittarius and having water energy with Sagittarius, this is talking about the square with Neptune in the nodes. Like, some of you are feeling this very heavy. Like I said, Pisces placements over here are having pretty much a ball right now in this group. But you guys have, if you have natal Pisces, that's syncing up with Neptune and all these other planets, and they're squaring off against the nodes, you guys are definitely feeling it quite heavy. You also might have placements that are either Sag or Gemini that are squaring Uranus too at the same time. You could be having a bunch of nodal energy happening. This just seems very challenging, to be honest with you. It's like needing to nurture your relationship with yourself and going through a lot of challenges. Like, this group just has it very heavy with the challenge energy. But there is a lot of abundance to be had over here. You just got to hold the faith, whether it's in yourself or what you're waiting for. There's just a lot of heavy challenge type energy, especially when it comes to, I mean, I know this is a love reading, but especially with these relationships. And with selenite itself, it's actually a very purifying energy, very cleansing. It's also the stone that is associated with being connected to angels. And you guys were told quite a bit with your intuition being very prominent, with connecting with pretty much everything that was coming out here, even like this telepathy thing, this nonverbal communication. You guys are very in sync right now, so it could be like this reach out if you're feeling very alone to your angels. If that's something you very strongly connect to. But this also is talking about not just purifying itself, but everything in its environment. So it could be for you guys that you need to do some work on cleaning your environment around you and cleaning the energies, the clutter and everything out, so you can actually have a better mental state, because this is all about aligning everything, all the way from your crown all the way to your root. It's like learning to live in that alignment. So if you guys are going through a lot of purging and all these other things, it's also a lot of protection. I mean, obviously, if it's going to go with your angels, it's going to have some protection. And that's flowing right along with it. So, let's see what's coming out for my blue calcite pile over here. Come on, we can stand up, stand. There we go. So, blue calcites. Well, we're just going to jump straight out with conchomancy, with seashell, divination, and wisdom of the shells. Now, this is just speaking, I feel, of you guys learning from relationships for one, but this is also a lot of heavy purple, which is like third eye, like you getting more connected to your higher self. Possibly you learning what certain energies feel like and getting that wisdom in that way too. And just, okay. So, air. Just straight up some air. I mean, this is making me think of a lot of things. It's making me think of communication and all those things. But this is saying breathing deep, entering into life, exchange of life-bringing energies. Now, this exchange of life-bringing energies, we already know what some of those life-bringing energies can be. Especially from that picture depicting some of that. Whew, I almost fell. So... But this is being able to communicate through intimacy too. This could be a connection where it's almost like you don't even need to talk. Even though there's a lot of communication that happens here, it's almost like it's a natural thing, just communicating. I mean, if you guys are manifesting this, you could be doing deep breathing, meditation, you can be manifesting, like you guys are just working on trying to bring this thing, I mean, entering into life. You're trying to bring the love into your life here. So, then we have time and tide, oceanic spells and... I can't talk. Oceanic spells and rituals. So, once again, like I was saying, some of you are manifesting hardcore in this group, getting this. Like, you're not playing around over here. It's like, I'm bringing this in. It's time. I have been doing, like, she's even, like, drawing a heart over here. Like, this is some major, like, I'm bringing in this love that it's almost like we have this, we're so in tune that we don't even need to talk to each other, but we still love talking to each other. And then we have Coral's wisdom, colony, delicacy, fragility, works that are created over great periods of time. You've been doing this for a long time. Oh my goodness. It's like they're putting in here that we know you have been manifesting this specific thing for a very long time. They also know that you've been very careful Some of you really understand just how powerful words are in this group, especially with air, like understanding that there is a lot of power. And if you don't, you better start being really specific with what you're saying, because you definitely got this going on for you. And then we have vulnerability. Open your heart, allow yourself to be tender. Dude, this group over here, like, you guys are just ready. You're like, you know, I'm open. I mean, it's a merman in this. Like, you guys are being picked up by a merman over here. I mean, this is like a really beautiful connection. One that both of you are very vulnerable in, but like taken care of. Like, there's a lot of, if you're not putting it this way, maybe this is showing you, hey, here's a little hint of how to word this if you're having trouble. Because it's almost like your guides know you are working hard on trying to bring this in right now. And they're smiling on it. They're trying to give you more, how can I put this? They're trying to give you more advice on how to do it if you're like feeling stuck with it. They're like, okay, maybe we can try some rewording, realize that you need to say things a little different. Yeah, because you over here with, you got the Hangman coming out reversed, but then you're over here with the Queen of Pentacles feeling like the shit. So this is kind of funny energy, I'm not gonna lie. It's like you stuck. You stuck over here like, well, I'm learning from all these past things, these pains and everything. I'm making sure I'm understanding this time, because I want to create the right thing. I'm like really you're focusing in here. Like, this is learning a lot of wisdom here, and this is coming out with this wisdom of the shells energy. You've either learned through relationships, or you just straight up learned through gaining your own self-value here with this Ace of Pentacles. I mean, look at how she's sitting on there. Like, this is a bad bitch. Like, no joke. She's not playing. She has such a huge freaking pentacle here. So, I mean, she knows what she's doing. She even reminds me of, you know, like the tribal queen over here. That's like, I know my power. I am bringing this crap in over here. Like, this is a lot of stability, a lot of confidence. This is even giving me Queen of Wands energy. It's just like, I know what I'm bringing to me, okay? And I'm gonna be sitting real pretty in it once it gets here, because I've been working really careful with all this. Like, you guys are so prepared for this. You done walked away. Even though this is the Five of Cups, every time I see her, it's like, I am just leaving this shit. And this one's even more powerful. This isn't like leaving it kind of painfully. It's like, dude, I left some shit. I left a lot of shit. There was some shit that could have been good, but I just straight up, like, I left it. And I want this thing over here. Like, I'm manifesting something a lot better than those cups. Like, I am manifesting a huge ass pinnacle. Something really stable here. Like, you guys, you might have, in the past, it could have been the wisdom you learned from. You could have probably not been specific and got some not so pleasant experiences that made you go, okay, I gotta tighten up my ship here. You guys got the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Like I said, some of you made some not so wise decisions and were not really careful with what you were doing and didn't realize this energy you had with the words and just how you manifest things. You're a little wiser for it now. So it's like realizing you can take back this power here that you felt you might have lost some of it. Some of you probably lost some self-assurance with it. And it's realizing that there's nothing wrong with what you're doing and there's nothing wrong with you. It's not like you don't deserve it. It's learning your wording, I feel like, is what's important for this group. And learning how to really dive in and know your heart's desires and be really specific with it. Yeah, because you have the Seven of Cups. There's like so much. I mean, she's like wielding these people. She has the Seven of Cups as a tattoo on her back. Like, she knows it's almost like she knows she is the only option. This is really stepping into this energy here. Controlling what's happened in the past, being able to see things for what they are, wielding your power very strongly in this energy. Like, this could even be you working with water as part of your ritual, probably ritual baths, things like that. You guys seem like a very earthy, like water type bunch. And that's probably the best way you manifest. So if you've been feeling stuck, if you've been feeling stuck, like you've just been getting these King of Cup guys, but they're reversed, and it's not what you've been, like, even the cups over here, like, I feel like this group, like, what you've learned from is you've manifested some Dicky Cup energy. Like, you've been wanting this compassionate, loving, loyal, really emotionally stable and intuitive man or woman, because this could be like either sex, but it's like you've been really trying to get this energy, and what you've been getting is this 5 of Cups, where it's like, fucking, I'm done, and it's like I'm walking away from that too. It wasn't what I thought I wanted, and it's like you learn from that, though. You're realizing it's not what you wanted. But then it's like coming up on all these opportunities because you're manifesting like a crazy person. You need to realize and sit back and see what you want. Like, literally, look at her. She's sitting back. She's not up here trying to, like, fight the chaos. She's like, bitches, you're going to come to me, and I'm going to make my decision. And you're going to need to be a little more discerning here. That's what this hangman is over here. It's learning to be discerning so you can see through the bullshit. And because there's like so much water energy here, it's like that's the energy you're drawing in. It would be very compatible for you, but you need to realize the dicks from, or the duds from the good ones. So let's see some of this past life energy over here. Okay. This Asia card wanting to come out over here with wisdom. This makes me feel like some spiritual wisdom here. Some of you are really getting into some of the Asian continents, some of their cultures. This is you really learning to expand your mind, especially with this Hangman and Queen of Pentacles. And this divination and wisdom thing. Like, this is you garnering a lot of wisdom. And this is also because Asia is obviously very ancient energy. This could be really connecting to either deities or ancestors and things like that, to where you're learning a deeper history. And it doesn't just have to be with Asia, but it's like using the ancient energy. Especially since you're gaining so much wisdom very rapidly. It could be where you're learning this manifestation energy. Okay, are all of you guys gonna get baby? I mean, obviously, if you guys are manifesting and you want this, like, really, I mean, King of Cups energy, when it's upright, would be the father. So it's like the spouse, like the perfect spouse kind of energy, that nurturing, protective energy. Obviously, if you're trying to pull this in, you're being very serious, and some of you might actually want children. Some of you, it could be that you walked away from certain things because they wanted children and you didn't. It's like you realizing what you want over here and sticking to your guns. So it's like not being pressured into doing something, like communicating openly, because you need to make sure you're on the same boat starting this. You need to make sure you're not giving something up of yourself because you're not comfortable. There's just a need for communication here if you're not sure of who, and make sure if you're manifesting, you're pulling in what you want to. Because if you're not wanting a baby, you're probably going to want to be a little specific about that. If you're really wanting one, and that's why you're trying to pull in this energy that would be a good spouse and parental figure. Okay, I'm saying that, and father okay. Okay, so we got Celtic for some of you. which that could just literally with this rituals be that you guys practice a little more that way, or if you haven't, it could be giving you something to look into that could help bring back some of your confidence. It could be some of your lineage that you didn't realize you had. You also have angels and you have Father. So this relationship that you're calling in, like I said, your guides are very aware of it. They're trying to help you. I mean, they're present literally in this reading with angels. And they're letting you know that it's like they're bringing in that King of Cups energy, whether it's male or female for you. Like, it's definitely, like, it's part of these options over here that you have, that your angels are giving you. But they're letting you decide. Obviously, they're not going to shove something on you, because there's going to be options. You need to decide for yourself which of those options is best for you. The one that you feel has that energy you want. So we have trust coming out over here. You guys gaining all this wisdom, and you're going to get a card like, well, trust it if you're getting it. What's with these sticking to these ones and not being straight? But, gaining trust in what you're learning over here, knowing that what you went through and everything is what's helping you develop this. This also could be, if you've been possibly reading for yourself and you're not sure if you can trust what you've been getting, this is kind of telling you, yeah, you can trust it. You're actually getting pretty good at what you're doing. Then we have ask for help from others. For some of you, it could be asking your angels for help, and like, because they came up over here and ask for help. It could literally be that energy. For others of you, if you're not quite sure how to do this and you're very new to it and you have this kind of energy where you can do this, you might want to go to someone like a mentor that you feel you can trust. Maybe even if you really connect to either, like I was saying, different spiritualities in Asia or different rituals that are Celtic. Like, really do some research, ask others for their input, and see what really resonates with you, because there could be certain ways of doing things that would actually really match with your energy more and pull towards you what you're trying to manifest. Romance. Romance is in the cards for you guys, just in case you weren't sure. But it's quite literally in the cards here. Like I said, whichever way you are looking at this, what you learned, everything you're putting into it right now, what you're trying to pull to you, you're going to get it. So just make sure your intentions are clear, you've learned from the past, and you're going to get these things. Like, it's not something that's, like I said, if some of you are feeling punished, like it's being kept from you, it's not being kept from you. It's like you learning how to connect to it, basically. Meditation brings answers. Some of you, your angels just really want to talk to you right now. Like, they would connect to you very easily right now, because they're trying to bring you some answers here about some things you're not quite understanding. They're more than willing to help you out here. Ooh. Remain positive. For those of you that literally are like, I am freaking giving up on finding someone that would be a good dad for my kids. Some of you are literally being told, hey, you need to be a little more positive here, because there are some options coming over here. Like, literally options for a father. For some of you, the reason that you're having trouble actually drawing this in is your actual relationship to your father. And it has a complete effect on how you view pulling in a spouse. Like, possibly how your father treated your mother, your father being absent, how your father treated you. There could be a lot of things just with masculine energy in general that made you not, it's like the reason you're manifesting certain things is you're not realizing there's a block with that energy. So some of you need to see through that, and that's the wisdom being gained here, before being able to manifest this. So it's like pretty much keep remaining positive with this energy, even if it's really hard. And then the bottom of the deck for you guys is no need to worry. Like I said, you guys either have already manifested the thing that's coming, or you just need to tweak a little bit and learn to work with your capabilities a little more and trust them. So let's see what 5 astro dice we get for you guys. We got 4 so far. Need 1 more. Okay, you guys are nothing but earth and air energy. We have 9th house. We have 6th house. We have Scorpio. And we have Neptune. And we have Libra. Okay. Where am I starting with this? My whole chart. We have a little bit of water energy with this Scorpio Neptune energy, but with how it's mixed in here, this is making me feel like you guys have placements that either are squaring Scorpio placements or squaring where Neptune is, and creating challenges in this area. You guys could also be having definitely some 9th house things being activated with how you guys are being told to really open up spiritually over here, become more connected. Definitely with having these different like types of religions, types of spirituality, places, learning. It could be actually traveling to some of these places and you become very connected to them, or you're pulled to travel to them. And eventually you will, and that's where you'll meet this person you've been manifesting like a crazy person forever. Also with the 6th house, this is your routine. So you routinely are manifesting these things. The grounding energy of your 6th house. And like I said, for some of you, like the need for looking at how you're doing your rituals, or learning from someone else, like different types, or just learning on the internet, however you want to learn it. What you do from your day to day is very impactful. So trust that whatever you're creating actually has a lot bigger impact in your day, in your manifestations, in what you're trying to bring into you, which is literally this romance at the center of everything. This really feels like a single pile. I mean, if you're in relationships, this could literally be you drawing more romance into your relationship or a baby. But it doesn't feel as strongly with there already being couples like the other piles. Like this really feels like singles working on pulling something in. It could be you're in an unhappy relationship and you're trying to pull things in, but that means you need to clear that out before the new stuff can come in. Like you need to have that 5 of Cups moment and walk away from these things in order to bring the stuff in if you've been manifesting it and you're like, where the hell is it? Having this Libra energy come out here. Where Neptune is, if there is Libra energy in your chart, more than likely you're having some kind of inconjunct or possibly even a yod, depending on the other energies you have. So if you have this going on, this is creating an energy of love and compassion, but also escapism. Like I said, some of you it's dreams, but it's like needing to find balance between these things, especially if it's like, I mean, you can do some things to escape reality a little bit because all of us need a break sometimes, but there needs to be balance. You need to come back and ground your energy because 12th house energy is Neptune energy, much like how 6th house energy is Virgo energy. You need to balance these things. Like I said, this pile felt water and earth heavy, even though air and earth fell out here, it could be the impact that air is having on you. And but there's still this very grounded 6th house energy where you guys need to create very it's almost like the rituals and the routines that you create, like I said, they have a direct impact, a very deep impact at that, having Scorpio. Like, you guys, it wouldn't surprise me if you guys are drawing in people that have a lot of Venus Scorpio tendencies where they want their one person and that's it. Because if that's what you're drawing in for a routine here is Scorpio energy, it's like having that fixed energy, like having that romance that is like this one, that's it, I'm done, like kind of thing. Like that would be your dream with this Neptune over here. Because if you've had others and you're just done and you want the one, like either that or it could be your energy where you want the one and that's it and you're done. And you're really trying to bring that in before you even like hook up with whoever. Like you want the person that has like the same feelings as you, wants the same things. Like I said, that child thing came up. Maybe some of you don't want children, and Libra is that partnership, that Venus energy, like you wanting someone that has the same goals in life. Like, do you guys want careers together, be a power couple? Do you want to have a family, have children together? Do you want to travel the world with this 9 over here with the houses, that 9th house? Some of you could really have that dream of like your daily life is exploring the world with the person you love, and that would be the best thing ever. And just having that deep connection. But that is what I'm seeing for my blue calcites. And blue calcite itself is a very soothing energy. It's also one with blue connecting to the throat chakra, very healing, helping you speak, helping you write, helping you create. Definitely good for gaining your voice, working through problems like that. Forgive me. Well, there you go, Anna. But the blue calcite is really good for working on anything with expression. It's also great for everything we've been seeing here, like this divination. I mean, it goes with this air energy perfectly, with that communication, that soothing, that almost telepathic connection. It's also in itself something that brings stability. And I know some consider it very lucky, which is interesting since you guys are over here like, I'm manifesting like a mad person, where's my stuff? And it's like all of a sudden it gets piled on you and you're kind of like, oh wait, that's kind of fast. So just realize that much like air energy, if you are feeling like things are going slow, you're actually manifesting quite rapidly. You just have a few things that are hiccups that you need to address, and then it's going to fly in full force. But you really have to get specific with your intentions with this. Like, really specific. Otherwise, you guys are going to be drawing in a whole, like, that 7 of Cups, you're going to be drawing in a whole mess of stuff just because it's potent, but at the same time, another thing with this calcite, ask for clarity when you're manifesting and discernment so that you know exactly what's there for you. And it's not like a guess. So let's see my Dendritic Agate, or Tree Agate group over here. So freedom, adrift, just wanted to jump right out. Just ding. This. Okay, guys, you guys are like the jump out 2 piles over here. We're just going to keep adding 2 at a time. So And yours popped out rather quick. You guys have some pretty rapid energy right now, but I think it's because you're being forced into this energy of just giving into things. Because you guys, I mean, looking at these two cards and how this is in the middle of them, I'll get to freedom in a minute. This adrift with how she's just allowing things. She's letting go of certain things. She's surrendering to like whatever is going to come her way. And then this over here with honoring the masculine, embracing the masculine divine. This is realizing that it's, for some of you, it feels like a sacrifice because you're literally sacrificing your independence. But what's interesting is this card itself says there are those worth making, speaking of sacrifice, and then there are those that will destroy you. You guys have to really look at what you're sacrificing, and this has an 11, so if you guys are seeing repeating 11s or repeating 1s when you're having trouble making these decisions, if you're feeling a certain way and you see it, that's trying to help you on your thing. It's letting you know you're going in the right direction. It's letting you know you're actually surrendering to the right part of this. Because some of you really have this thing for masculine energy where it's just like, I don't want to deal with it. I don't appreciate it. It's pushy. But I feel like you guys have dealt with a lot of toxic masculine energy that you've had to assert yourself in. You've had to be very independent. You've had to take care of yourself. And it could just be you having a lot of masculine energy from taking care of yourself and not realizing that through doing this, you've actually really blocked yourself off from allowing things, because that's feminine energy. It's almost like feeling like you're sacrificing parts of yourself by allowing things to happen because of that control. But there's definitely certain things that are worth sacrificing. And some of them are this stubborn ego energy where you don't need nobody but yourself. Everybody needs something. They need friend, whatever it is. Everybody needs some sort of connection. So even if you don't feel like you're in the market right now and not really wanting anything, because this seems like somebody that's not really in the mode for wanting something right now. You're learning to let go of a lot of things. Some of you are learning to let go of independence, which is really hard. You could have been made to sit the fuck down, and it's like you need someone to take care of you. And it's teaching you how to kind of take a back seat. But for others of you, this is literally you being at home in your independence. And realizing that it's not a sacrifice. What it is a compromise. There's a big difference between sacrificing parts of yourself and burying them, and compromising and allowing certain things to happen here. Obviously, it's not good to compromise to somebody that's trying to control you. That is not compromising, that's manipulation. And that could be why some of you have this harsher shell when it comes to this energy. And you guys get air as the overall thing. This is telling some of you guys to slow down a little bit, especially with your snapshot decisions. Some of you just literally, how can I put this? Some of you jump so quickly to conclusions that you don't even take the chance to allow anything to enter your life. And this is telling you, like, overall energy, you need to start breathing a little bit and allow at least something to come in, because your life is going to stay stagnant unless you start allowing different energies to, I mean, you don't have to let everyone in. Like, you can still be discerning, but it's like, allow yourself to be a little more vulnerable. So let's see what you guys have for this tarot over here. Oh, you guys are like very rambunctious. So this one came out first. Okay, you guys definitely are. Oh my gosh, way with words is not Oh my gosh. Okay, this group. You guys are definitely in this energy where you're cutthroat right now, especially when it comes to your independence. You have this reversed Knight of Swords energy where you put your foot in your mouth and then you're like adrift in this sea, feeling very alone and like trying to find yourself over here. And it's like you're surrendering to finding yourself, and it's almost like you're okay a little with the isolation, but it's like you're needing to be honest here with this Ace of Swords. Like I said, you need to bring in some new energy, and Ace of Swords is new energy. You need to bring in a new outlook on what you're viewing as sacrifices, and it's like you're getting opportunities mixed up with like sacrificing parts of yourself. And you're really isolating yourself. Like, you're doing a really good job of isolating yourself. But your intuition and all of your feminine energy with having the Maiden Mother and Crone in this moon energy is coming out and screaming at you like, hey, like, you know, we need attention. Like, this divine feminine meeting with honoring divine masculine energy is like, your soul is crying out, I want some attention here. I know you're over here wanting to be stone cold and not want anything in or having to sacrifice any part of yourself. But this energy right here is like there's this deep soul need, like your intuition trying to pull you towards this, which is why you like surrender to some things sometimes. But at the same time, it's like I'm still alone even though I surrendered to something. And I'm telling you, you guys are a very stubborn group getting this Four of Pentacles on the bottom. You guys need to learn to trust some more. You guys can be quite petty. I am not gonna lie, having that Knight of Swords reversed and this Four of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. You guys can be kind of petty, if not a lot petty, when it comes to picking people apart. Like I said, that instant discretion that you use, seeing people as enemies very rapidly instead of giving chances here. It's almost like if I can't allow anyone to have a chance, I can't get hurt. So this place is definitely coming from a lot of hurt and hidden things you're not wanting to express. This is like a big thing for not wanting to be vulnerable and not wanting to share yourself. High Priest or Priestess. You guys have this energy going on here of just knowing, but also knowing what you're doing, which is some of this, not all of it, but I'd say most of this is intentional with your mouth and where you're choosing to place yourself. But then at the same time, you're tuned in, and it's like you're connected with this adrift energy and this high priestess energy. You're connected. You know what you're doing, and it's like you can hear what's going on inside, but at the same time, mentally and physically, you're just kind of like, I'm not feeling it right now. You're like, I don't. You guys feel like you would definitely be sacrificing your independence if you had a child. It would be like this thing where it's like, this is something when you talk to people, you're brutally honest with it. It's like, I like my independence. I don't see myself being a homemaker. And for those of you that this is speaking, having to give up the idea of having children, this is realizing, kind of talk with yourself a little bit. Like, are you doing this because of health reasons? Are you doing it because it's something that's being pushed on you by other people? This is a big sort of truth here. This is you needing to be really in tune with what you want and what you're willing to sacrifice. Like I said, this 11 up here and these ones for you guys are going, especially this Ace of Swords hitting it and having a 1 on it, this is going to be very potent for you guys. Like, if you're trying to make decisions, is something right for me? Like, am I understanding what I'm supposed to? Like, the 1s are coming through very heavy here, trying to help you make decisions if you're feeling lost with it. And you guys have Father coming out here, and this honor masculine energy with Father. Some of you guys, the reason that you're not, like I said, some of you just have bad authority figure relationships, and it's like, even though your divine feminine wants a masculine energy, this over here with Father, you guys are having blockages. Like, there's something you really aren't, you need to be honest with yourself. Like, if you feel like you're sacrificing a lot of things, especially if you're sacrificing relationships when it comes to your father, trying to please your father, and you're not really happy, you're still not honoring divine masculine. You're not honoring your divine masculine by making choices and going after those choices that are close to your heart. So there needs to be a lot of honesty here. For some of you, the reason you're learning to honor the masculine here is you actually have a very spiritual connection when it comes to, it could have been a past life where you were a father, and you're going through something this life where whatever you didn't learn, you're still having to learn it. You're still having to learn what's important about masculine energy. And okay, in case we weren't, I didn't mention this anywhere, we're going to talk about spirituality and religion. So for some of you, it's literally your spirituality that's like, you don't want somebody and you want your independence, and you don't want to be with anyone that's going to suppress that in you. And you're very vocal about it because in the past, possibly it was suppressed. Or if it's being suppressed right now, that's what you're sacrificing, and you need to be honest with yourself, especially if a father figure doesn't approve of it. Because that's keeping you from trusting yourself. So let's see what the angels got going on over here. This one. Choose a new direction. Okay. Just, I mean, obviously flying willy-nilly over here with this Knight of Swords is not a good direction to be flying in. It's basically learn how to redirect your energy to where it actually helps you instead of hurting you. Because right now what you're using your voice for, how you're communicating, all these things, is basically blocking you. Okay, getting the ask from help, ask for help from others with all this fierce independence energy and being alone, and you guys with your solitude over here, especially if the reason that you're not asking for help is out of spite, you guys need to let go already with this adrift thing. Like, you need to start realizing that you're putting yourself in this place, and if you're having all this animosity because it's like you shouldn't have to ask for help, some of you need to learn to talk in a way that isn't making people feel like you don't need help. Like, how are they going to come in and help you if all you're saying is you don't need help, or you don't do it right, or you're tearing them apart? Some of you really need to reevaluate that. No. Oh my gosh. Some of you really are not handling this energy well with this sacrifice thing. Like, some of you literally were thinking something about this energy, about possibly letting things slide, or like, well, if I give in to this thing, it'll be okay. There's something here where you're not being completely honest with what would be a worthy sacrifice here, and whatever you were talking mentally, you just got yelled at. Like a straight no. Whatever you were contemplating right there, you just got yelled at. And then we have take action over here. So with this coming out with honoring the masculine, like I said, some of you really need to step up and actually take initiative over here, because that's what masculine energy is. Like, if you're not honoring your masculine energy and you're not taking initiative to do things, and you're pretty much just like, the only initiative you have possibly could be career, it could be anything but romance. It's like you're not realizing the block you're putting on yourself. And that's why this energy is very forceful, because it's like you're putting a block on yourself. It's like you're hitting a stop sign constantly, and you're like, why isn't the rest of this coming through? And it's because you're literally balking the one thing that's going to open some stuff up. I got my answer real quick. All of this, I mean, intuition is telling you how to act on this with this moon energy. You know when you're supposed to be taking action. Like, if you're going against it, you're going to get immediate answers like you did, Rajan. You're going to get very immediate things. Okay, so we have a drift and we have let go. Some of you really are having an issue here with what you're doing in your mind. I feel like for some of you, like, the victim mentality is like, the reason you're yelled at is you're sitting in a victim mentality, and they're over here like, excuse you. We've been talking to you and working on this, and like, there's gifts all around you, and you are not taking these in. You're also not taking action on them. So let's see what dice you guys get. We have those 3 so far, and then these 2. Okay. So we have Taurus, first house, Neptune, Libra, and we have our lovely North Node energy happening here. Some of you, I'm telling you, some of you guys are really freaking stubborn, because North Node's in Gemini, and this is coming out with the air energy over here. So I think this is directly talking about some North Node. We got Neptune in water, which Neptune's in Pisces. So you guys are being challenged with where this is in your chart. You're being challenged by Neptune in the North Node, wherever it's squaring in the houses in your chart. Wherever you got Pisces and Gemini, you guys are getting some major challenges right now. It really wouldn't surprise me if it was stuff literally dealing, like if your Saturn sitting in there, if you're having Aquarius energy, that's actually trining the North Node, because that would be Saturn and all that kind of karmic energy flitting around and doing stuff with masculine energy. Having Libra over here is literally saying, like, you're going to be grounded through relationships with this earth energy. Like, if you're feeling like a lot of your things just aren't taking hold, it's like, it's because of this relationship you have with this energy. It's why it's being blocked off. And this Taurus, I said you guys were stubborn, and then you're going to get Taurus. And you're going to get Taurus with air. So it's like you're stubborn with, like I said, that Knight of Swords keeps coming up. You're stubborn with your words. You're stubborn. You stubborn your toes. You're stubborn with your belief systems. I mean, you guys got spirituality and religion. Some of you are just really, especially with this high priest and priestess energy, some of you are just very stubborn with how you think and how you believe, and having Pisces energy over here, like your spiritual beliefs. There needs to be a balance struck here so you can ground yourself, because Taurus is Venus energy. It is love energy, much like Libra. There needs to be a balance between how stubborn you are with your beliefs and grounding yourself in who you actually are. Because some of these things are coming from a lot of pain. It's coming from trying to fight forces that possibly you had no control over whatsoever, which is probably why you're being told to surrender a lot of this stuff. Like, you had no control over some of these things that happened, and it's trusting that moving forward is going to be the right thing to do. I mean, you have choose a new direction. So if, especially with this first house being water energy, this is a lot about people seeing you, especially if you get irritated with this, seeing you as somebody that's very approachable. Because water draws in. It makes people feel at ease, either like feeling like you can be their mother, you can be their lover. They project onto you a lot. It's almost like having a house where you're a well and people are looking at their reflections. And so, in a sense, your relationships with both of this being out here is like this kind of swirl that happens a lot. With people putting on you what they feel you are, but really it's a veil with this Neptune energy. Especially if you got Neptune in your first house. It's almost like you basically have this dream projection on your personality that people just take what they see. Which also probably made you very upset. This North Node energy is like really screaming, like obsessively trying to pull away and gain knowledge and like be more fiercely independent, when you're being told to balance, like get some asking for help from others. Like these relationships, there's balance that needs to happen here. Quit being so stubborn with this only me on the highway. It's not even my way or the highway. It's like you're the only person on the highway. But there's definitely some things here with you guys being told you need to start making some actions and some changes here. So that's what I have for the